I think a lot about the after effects of when Genshin Impact came out, because after Genshin Impact came out, literally every single freaking game developer has been trying to make a gacha game. Like it's just so much. Project Diva literally died because of a gacha game. Like Sega over here was just like, what should we do? Should we make another Project Diva game that's gonna be epic, or do we release Project Sleep Kai and make the worst cover tracks ever? Let's go with Project Sleep Kai. Let's go! But aside from that, it just in general, there are so many games that are coming out nowadays that I see and they look really cool, but then apparently they're gacha games. I just sit there like, why? Why are they gacha games? Like, they don't need to be gacha games, like, at all. Like, open world gacha games have really boomed ever since Genshin Impact, and every single game developer is trying to ride off of Genshin's hype by releasing freaking the amount of gacha games that are open world that we are seeing today. Azure Promilia, Ananta, Neverness to Everness, Wong Yua, Silver Palace, Arknight's Enfield. Like, this is not even the amount that there is right now. Like, I counted 6. That's already a lot. So, the fact that there's even more, it's just like, bruh, why so many? Like, why on earth did the Tower of Fantasy devs literally let their first game die and think, what should we do? Should we make another open world game, or should we try to make something else? Another open world gacha game, let's go, roll it out, like, and it just confuses me whenever I see a new open world gacha game come out, because what are you even trying to compete with? Like, are you trying to compete with Genshin Impact? Like, are you trying? Because I know for certain that you gotta really try hard to persuade me to play your game, comparing to a game that almost has 6 years worth of content. Like, let's be for real. Wuthering Waves got very lucky with their success. Like when people tell me, like, oh my goodness, Wuthering Waves is the greatest game ever, it's so great, he's got the best, it's so better than Genshin, I just kind of look at them and go, no. Wuthering Waves is not better than Genshin. Like, sure, it applies to both games. Genshin Impact was honestly really lucky, simply being the first of its kind. Like, for one thing, it had 3 advantages. It had 1, it was free. 2, it was during the pandemic. And 2, and it was on mobile. So, pretty much, when people saw that you could play freaking an open world game on your phone for free, they were just like, yo, let's go, it's so cool. Nowadays, I look at Wuthering Waves more positively because it has made improvements, and yes, there are definitely better things in Wuthering Waves than Genshin Impact, but I still don't consider it to be better than Genshin Impact because there are just way more things to do in Genshin Impact than Wuthering Waves. But aside from that, it just still confuses me what these gacha game developers are trying to do, making these open world gacha games. Like, I'm tired of it. My most anticipated gacha game is Ananta, simply because I really like that swinging. Like, it looked really cool. But I just gotta sit there and go, what are you exactly trying to compete with? Are you just trying to be, like, the next game? To be like, oh, hey, we're another open world gacha game. Like, I'm gonna be just like, okay, cool. Because if your mechanics are fundamentally the same as Genshin, I'm just gonna play Genshin. Like, I'm not gonna play your game because you have, like, I don't know, arcade, swinging, stuff like that. Because I'm just gonna go play Genshin and just have a huge open world to go through with varying freaking areas than your town of just a bunch of buildings. Like, what exactly are you trying to persuade me to do to play your game? And it's getting to a point where now we're just dealing with gacha games that's coming out that don't even need to be gacha games. A game I never understood why it needed to be a gacha game was Octopath COTC, or betterly known as Champions of the Continent. That game is amazing. That game has a great soundtrack, great story, and in general is just Octopath, which is a good game, so it's just a good game. But Square Enix was like, we gotta make this a gacha game, and then let it die. Like, no one knows anything about COTC. Like, recently, Octopath Traveler just announced a new game, Octopath Traveler 0, and when the freaking, like, you know, the dev interviews came out, or like the freaking press reviews, they keep on mentioning this game called Octopath COTC, and everyone was just like, huh? What the hell is Octopath COTC? What is that, a DLC? I'm just like, are you kidding me? everyone missed out on Octopath COTC because it's a gacha game and it's on mobile. Bro, Octopath COTC honestly could have just been the sequel. It literally could have just been the sequel or the third game if they really wanted it to. It came out between Octopath 1 and Octopath 2, so it really could have just been the sequel because it's just such a good game. But no, instead we had to turn Octopath COTC into a gacha game, make it unknown as hell, and then take all the interesting gameplay mechanics of COTC into freaking Octopath 0. I just remembered the new Persona gacha game. In general, why? Like, you put all that effort to making this Persona gacha game when you could just been making freaking Persona 6. Like you're already putting the development resources into remaking the 4th game. You're now putting resources into a gacha game. We've been asking for Persona 6 for years. And now we're just getting a gacha game where we have to be drip fed story content. Come on. Aside from gacha games, there's also just games that are just implementing gacha mechanics for no reason. A game I always look back onto is Dead by Daylight Mobile. Essentially, Dead by Daylight Mobile used to be run by Behavior, but then was transferred over to NetEase because the first version failed. So they had to just, give it to NetEase, to revitalize it, because it was in a poor state originally. And when NetEase took over, they added gacha mechanics. And these weren't like loot boxes, it wasn't Overwatch loot boxes. No, it was just straight up gacha. And you had to gacha for the characters. There was no direct purchase like its main version on the console and PC. If you want, because when the game first launched, they had launched with Sadako or the Onryo. And there was no way you could get her unless you gacha. So it was just like, bruh, what the heck? Come on, man. They eventually dropped it, but in the end, it was too late. Like, the game was already terrible, in a poor state, they were very slow, and it's dead. Like, oh, come on, man. Like, my point is that why did you even add gacha mechanics? And let alone make it so the only way to obtain a character was by gachaing. Like, you could not just made it direct purchase. Overall, gacha games have really become the norm, and we're not gonna be gone from it for maybe a couple decades, I hope. But yeah, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be staying. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about it, but it's gonna keep on. We're just gonna get the 50th open world gacha game. We're gonna see another game franchise get killed because they want to make some trash gacha game for the foreseeable future, or they're just gonna make another gacha game that's for a franchise and make it unknown as heck, and then question like, oh, why didn't it do well? I hope they make a gacha game Senran Kagura. If there was one game franchise that I wouldn't mind a gacha game, it's Senran Kagura. Senran Kagura gacha game. Let's go.